Can you retire early in Europe on an average salary? Not with a Silicon Valley income, not by living in a van, just a regular European paycheck. Most people will tell you it's impossible, but after months of looking at real European numbers, I realized the answer is both simpler and harder than that. I'm approaching retirement myself. I live in Europe, I pay European taxes, deal with European costs, and I'm trying to figure out what's actually realistic. So I stopped asking, can I retire early? And started asking a different question. What makes it possible here or blocks it completely? Let's break it down. First, we need to be honest about what early retirement actually means in Europe. It's not quitting at 40 with millions in the bank. For most Europeans, it looks more like this. Stepping back from full-time work earlier, moving to part-time or flexible income, living with less financial pressure, not being dependent on a single paycheck. The goal isn't wealth, it's freedom from dependence. And that shift in thinking changes everything. Now, here's the uncomfortable truth. An average European salary doesn't leave much room for error. After taxes, housing, healthcare, daily costs, many people have almost no flexibility. This is where most advice falls apart. Telling someone to just save 50% of your income when they're already stretched thin isn't helpful. And for many people, it simply isn't realistic. So here's what I learned. Early retirement in Europe isn't blocked by income alone. It's blocked by structure. After analyzing different scenarios, 3 factors kept showing up. Not motivation, not luck, these 3. First, fixed costs. Housing is everything. Renting versus owning completely changes your retirement math. A mortgage-free home in your 50s is a very different situation than renting forever. Second, time. Starting earlier, even imperfectly, beats earning more later. 10 years of modest saving beats 5 years of aggressive saving almost every time. Third, flexibility. This is the one most people miss. The people who retire early in Europe don't retire from work. They retire from needing work. That's the difference. Part-time consulting, seasonal work, portfolio income. It's not about stopping completely, it's about having options. And then there's the elephant in the room, where you live. The same salary, the same savings, the same portfolio can lead to completely different outcomes depending on where you are in Europe. In Portugal or Poland, an average earner has breathing room. In Switzerland or Norway, even above average earners feel stuck. This is exactly why I started putting my own numbers into a simple sheet. Not to chase early retirement, but to see what flexibility actually looks like for me. Because early retirement in Europe is less about perfect math and more about designing a life that fits your reality. So can you retire early in Europe on an average salary? For most people, not by following an American FIRE formulas, not by chasing 10% returns every year. But yes, if you focus on costs, time, and flexibility instead of income alone, if you're willing to redefine what retirement actually looks like, it won't be dramatic, but it can be real. In the next videos, I'll show you actual numbers, different portfolios, different countries, what changes and what stays the same. If you're wondering whether early retirement could work for your situation, I've linked a free retirement sheet I use myself below. You can plug in your own numbers and see what actually changes without assumptions. Early retirement in Europe doesn't look like the Instagram version. It looks calm, quiet, intentional. And for me, that's exactly what I'm aiming for.